Oh, right, yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. So if you need any help, just let me know. Yeah, I'll be here early because we. Yeah, he'll be here. But I mean, you can ask him. But I think between me and David, we'll be able to. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, they would like to come. Okay.
So, well, it's an old. Hi there, welcome. Revisited layout. How do you know each other? Oh. Yes, like every morning. We've only met in a box. Yeah. And I've met Eden in a box.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to see you in person.
So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom to those of you who are at home. I think just joining in. Very nice. Michael's in the New Forest telling us how sunny it is there. Very nice. Newcomers, old comers, we are trying out, as lots of people are at home tonight, how this feels a little more intimate with me off the bima, Dean on the bima. So it'll be like attending Westminster Abbey, truly. We're anticipating tomorrow with all of us in different places. So those of you who are at home, welcome. Let us begin with Shalom Aleichem, as we always do. Let go of the week so far. Ready to embrace Shabbat. Page 76.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Elyon. Ki Melech Malachei Hamochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachim l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Ki Melech Malachei Hamochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Harkuni l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Ki Melech Malachei Hamochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zethem l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Ki Melech Malachei Hamochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
So we're going to light candles now. I invite anyone who's ready and able to stand here in the sanctuary. Those of you who are at home, this is your moment. Find your candles, get ready. And I've invited Rochelle to light candles here for us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Yedid Nefesh, page 78.
Yedid Nefesh of Harakaman, of Harakaman, Meshochatecha El Retzonecha, El Retzonecha. Yedid Nefesh of Harakaman, of Harakaman, Meshoch Abdecha El Retzonecha, El Retzonecha. Yaretz Abdecha Kemo Ayal Yishtachave El Mul Adarecha. Yedid Nefesh of Harakaman, of Harakaman, Meshoch Abdecha El Retzonecha, El Retzonecha.
Let's turn to Lachadodi. Best one for me to direct you to is on page 91.
Lachadodi Librat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Kabbalat. 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 Shamaho v'zachor v'diborecha, Yishvianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shemu tiferet v'litilha. Lachadodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mekabelat. Lachadodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mekabelat. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Yehi makom habracha, Mirosh mikeder lesucha, Sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lachadodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mekabelat. Lachadodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mekabelat. Itoreri, itoreri, Diva ored, uri uri, uri uri, shidaberi, Kavod Adonai ala yeklicha. Lachadodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mekabelat. Lachadodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat
welcomed each other and Shabbat, let's just mark this moment with the words from Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, page 278, if you wanted to follow with me. So in his momentous book, The Sabbath, where he talks about, just playing with microphone here, where he talks about Judaism having created palaces of time and the rest of the world being better at creating palaces of beauty and real cathedrals and places of prayer. And he writes here, in the tempestuous ocean of time and toil, there are islands of stillness where we may enter a harbour and reclaim our dignity. The island is the seventh day, the Sabbath, the day of detachment from things, instruments, practical affairs, as well as of attachment to the Spirit. So I guess this is our invitation as we go into the Baruch Hu, to let go of what has irked us. Perhaps we'll still need to work over Shabbat in this modern world of ours. Perhaps we'll be pulled into matters of state, just perhaps tomorrow. But either way, just this moment of marking a difference, of letting go perhaps of things people have said or done, or things we wish we'd done or said, to enter into prayer together tonight. So the first blessing before the Shema that talks of the natural world of light and dark around us, and this Rabbi Mark Solomon's take on light and darkness in our own individual lives. I'm looking to see if Peggy and Alison are with us, their favourite prayer. They aren't, but we'll offer it nonetheless. You form light and create darkness. As time is a tapestry of day and night, our lives are a weaving of light and dark. Like a slow dawn, we discover who we are. Like twilight, we linger in doubt and anxiety. We endure nights of rejection by others and ourselves, and bright days of acceptance and joy in who we are. You make peace and create everything. We look around and see a world of endless change and diversity. As we rejoice in the variety of creation, we come to accept our own uniqueness. As we delight in our own uniqueness, we appreciate all human diversity and live at peace, perhaps, with ourselves and with all creation.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael,
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam Vaed. Le'olam Vaed.
Vahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol mo'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi matzavacha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha b'derech, u'v'shokbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kashatam la'ot al yadecha, Vahayu totafot beinenecha, ukatavtam al muzot beitecha, uvisharecha.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
When we witnessed your power, thinking back to the song of the sea, we praised your name, we gave thanks, we willingly accepted your rule, and then full of joy, we sang together.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך בדור הקודש, נורא תהילות אוסיף אלך, נורא תהילות אוסיף אלך. אדוני אלוהים, לעולם ועד. אדוני אלוהים, לעולם ועד. לעולם ועד.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו
ata Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu bial kol yoshvei tevel. So stand when you're ready for the tefillah, for our standing prayer, a moment to go deeper into our prayer, our moment of reflection together. Can't help but always turn to Mary Oliver in moments of prayer from her poem Bone. Understand, I am always trying to figure out what the soul is and where hidden and what shape. So this is your moment for your soul right now.
Adonai Shabbatai Tiftach Ufia Gitehilatecha. Adonai Shabbatai Tiftach Ufia Gitehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'nehem, Lama'an Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Hosea Moshiach Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Machayei Meitim Atah Rav LaHoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGeshem, Mazriach HaShemesh Umorid HaTam. In your love you sustain the living, in your compassion you grant us eternal life. You support the falling, you heal the sick, you free the captive, you keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of all strength? Who is your equal, sovereign author of life and death, whose will it is that goodness shall prevail? Trusting in you, we see life beyond death. Baruch atah Adonai, Machayei Hametim, Kadosh atah v'norah shamecha, Ben lanu Elohami baladecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Shamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam berit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Shamru
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Say Adonai Eloheinu, eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. And as we offer Modim Anachnu Lach, an opportunity for us all to reflect on what we feel grateful, appreciative for. Those of you who are at home, share in the chat moments of appreciation or things that have elicited thankfulness as we offer these words together. Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu leolam va'ed. Sur hayenu, magen yishenu, atahu lador vador, nodeh lecha saper tehilatecha, al hayenu hamsurim biyadecha, v'al nishmotenu hapukudot lach, v'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, v'al niflotecha v'tovotecha, shebachol eit erev v'voker v'tzoharayim. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemcha, ulacha na'er lohodot.
Shalom al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. 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 Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. V'tov b'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה לשלומך. Shalom al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
Baruch atah Adonai, oseh hashalom. So just a moment for reflection tonight. And although we pulled ourselves inward and perhaps avoiding or just withdrawing slightly from what's happening in the world or in our country, there is something that I want to give us an opportunity to reflect upon, because I think we as progressive Jews particularly love to celebrate our Judaism alongside the rest of our lives and to feel a sense of integration of who we are. And tomorrow morning, when we have our special earlier Shabbat service, in fact, I got the idea from Rabbi Elliot Karstad, dear friend of our synagogue, because they're doing so at Eilith tomorrow morning. And then I discovered most synagogues are bringing their services earlier, before coronation tomorrow, with the opportunity to watch it over Kiddush. So I will be teaching our children tomorrow, John and I, during the service, that when Israel, ancient Israel, first petitioned for a king, because for many years they hadn't needed a king or had felt the need for a king by having judges and rulers and prophets. They were under the care of Samuel, the prophet, very, very famously outspoken and nurturing of the people of Israel. And when they demanded it, there was a contest between God and Samuel of who was more put out and hurt by their desire for a king. And both of them said, "You're mad. A king will take your sons into battle, will take your daughters to become perfumerers for some reason." That's what the book of Samuel tells us. That you will be paying taxes. You will never again, you will rue the day that you asked for a king. They got a queen quite soon afterwards, so you will rue the day you desired a sovereign. But the people were firm, were insistent that they wanted a king like the other nations, and they got one. And the first king was Saul, and it really went downhill from there, because Saul lasted a very short time, mainly because he became quite paranoid, which seems a very cool reason to get rid of a king, paranoid and depressed. But nonetheless, I love the story of the first king. Bobby, did you just put your hand up as...
No, I was just thinking, paranoid and depressed king.
Yes, exactly. You know, we know others like that. So I kind of wanted to remind us all that the beginning of kingship did not begin so well. And actually the idea of a king taking away the taxes and the wealth of their nation, no matter royalist or republican, how we feel about tomorrow, we might all agree that the king might have paid for his own coronation tomorrow, which I believe he isn't. So I just wanted to give us a moment of reflection. When the prayer for the royal family was created in the Orthodox tradition, of course, way before when Jews first started to have services here, way before progressive Judaism brought in the vernacular was brought in with the prayer in English for the royal family in both the Sephardi and Ashkenazi services. And that sense of connection to the law of the land, to the if not the governing powers only, but to the family whose responsibility perhaps that felt to be more of then. There's a poignancy to that prayer that we have today, that first prayer in English in this country. And Rabbi Alexandra Wright, who we know is senior rabbi of the Liberal Jewish Synagogue and president of Liberal Judaism, has written a prayer for tomorrow, some of which really feels, I won't share the whole prayer, but we'll have it tomorrow. But I find it moving, and I find it moving for our desire and how we as liberal Jews are expressing, I hope, our desire for what tomorrow can mean and for the blessing that we want for King Charles III. We ask you, O God, to sustain and support the King's service to this nation, to the realms and to the Commonwealth. Endow him with righteousness, that he may do justly. Let him champion the lowly among the people, deliver the needy, and rebuke those who wrong them. May he foster an environment in which people of all faiths and beliefs and none may live freely. May he find the freedom and strength to speak out against cruelty and injustice, and to lead by example, living in harmony with nature, conserving its resources, diversity and beauty for future generations, so that they may too reap in joy. So I wanted to give us a moment to just either think of tomorrow, recall the last coronation, the last 70 years in between, to just think of ourselves and where we are in this country, in our lives, and how we are encountering ourselves this Shabbat evening.
Adonai Tzuri Vegoali Adonai Tzuri Vegoali Leratzon Irefi Vegon Livi Lefanecha Adonai Tzuri Vegoali Adonai Tzuri Vegoali Say shalom bimrama, say shalom aleichem, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol bnei Adam. Say shalom bimrama, say shalom aleichem, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol
Stand for Aleinu on page 520.
Aleinu leshabeach dagon hapon lafnei kedula leyotzer bereshit asher sam elkeinu leyaked et shemo v'nor aleinu lehamid malkuto v'nor aleinu lehamid malkuto v'anachnu Mishkat
turn to Kaddish this Shabbat. We think particularly of those who are marking a yard site this weekend. We think of Margot Stone, mother of Josie Kinchin, of Mark Dalton Eldridge, husband of Charlotte Dalton Eldridge, of Millie Greenfield, mother of Gordon Greenfield, and of Ruthie Samuel, wife of Egan Samuel. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing, and may those who recall and remember their loved ones be comforted in their loss as we say the words of the Kaddish with them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach yimutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'hayachon v'yomechon, b'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ha'omei maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitra'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitada v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei l'kudusha v'brichu, leila min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiram v'yama v'imru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imru amen. So as we finish our service with blessings for each other and ourselves, Raphael, might you pass around the wine, or help Louise and Grazielle do that? And we can all have our wine and go straight into Kiddush, a moment for you at home to get whatever you're making Kiddush over, depending on which hemisphere you are in, whether you're on wine already or you're earlier in the day. Yeah, we'll have challah over here too. Thanks, Raphael. But a moment while the wine's going round and we're about to offer blessing for each other, ourselves, just an opportunity to share those who need special blessing or reminder for us as a community at the moment. This afternoon, I was visiting Peggy and Alison, and Peggy is not well at the moment and having treatment, and really keen that we share that she wants to be thought of, remembered here, and it's okay for us to know and to send good wishes to her. And in their wonderful positive way, they are moving forward and sitting in their lovely garden with Molly, their cat, on the days where there is no treatment. And I also visited Corinne, who has moved in with her daughter and is just down the road, and is not feeling quite like coming out to services at the moment, but I think would welcome phone calls and visits, and we're looking towards the end of the month for Corinne to be picked up. I told her that we'd probably be fighting to pick her up, and she said she, normally would be coming with Jane. So Corinne is just down the road in Finchley Central, living with her daughter Jude and son-in-law Chuck now, and also welcomes being thought of and calls and visits, so that would be really nice. So a final blessing for us all.
You can find on page 563.
Thank you, Dean.
Yesimcha Elohim K'Ephraim V'chi Menashe Yesimech Elohim K'Sara Rivka Rachel V'Leah Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So let's stand for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava u'vratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'achata, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'ahava u'vratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Caught up in it. Bobby and Beverly, you sing for Moxie, my oldest, lead us. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
Motzi